Meal number 2, we're gonna cook this. Here we go. Alrighty. So this is sometime later. I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize now. Apparently I have lost some video of my HelloFresh versus Dinnerly battle to the death. I'm sorry. I don't know where it went. It just brings it up and says, I'm sorry, it's all gone. So I apologize in advance while we're waiting for me to come back into screen. There's the pork cutlets. I don't know which meal this was. I'm pretty sure it was still box 1. I'm not sure. I'm sorry again. We lost footage. Not much I can do about it. So we have 1 zucchini. That is the vegetable for the 2 of us. 1 zucchini. And then we have some jasmine rice. So we're gonna get that started first because that will take the longest. The recipes literally will tell you that it takes, 15 to 20 minutes. They lie. It takes 25 minutes to cook jasmine rice. It is what it is. Trust me when I say this. Hello, Jack. He has to stick his head in somewhere. Gotta tell you hi. Oh, there's Dean. He always makes an appearance as well. You can tell, obviously, the weather was still cold. This has been sitting in my vault. Again, girl gotta do what she's gotta do to get some video content out. Hello, Murder Pants. Just, everybody go ahead and come on in. Why not? There we go. Bye, sir. Okay. Again, if it bothers you that I have animals and you watch me cooking, this is probably not the channel for you because this is real life. I have animals and they get on my counter. Deal with it. Or don't, and you can watch somebody else. It's okay. I don't mind either way. But in any event, we're going to I start my rice a little bit different. I don't get the water to boil first and then add the rice. I add the rice first. Bring it up to a boil. Turn it down to a simmer, put a lid on it, and for jasmine rice, it's 25 minutes. For any other rice, it's 20. Again, children, go away. Jack and Murder Pants, what do you want me to do? They're incorrigible. They're up kitties. They love to be up, and they love to be around mom. They just want to see what I'm doing, so they're interested. No, they don't get table scraps. No worries. I think I'm getting the oven started because I'm pretty sure we're roasting that zucchini. Again, this has probably been a month ago that I actually did this, and I'm just now getting to the voiceover to get it out to you folks. So you know my tricks now. You know that I'm stocking videos in my vault, and I save them so that I can have some content for you guys rather than just a video once a week. For whatever reason, that knife is really not wanting to cut very well because that zucchini. Oh no, I remember what it was. The zucchini actually got a little frozen. Apparently, my cooler, for whatever reason, got a little too cold and it actually froze that zucchini. So that's the reason it's so hard for me to cut through that. It was partially frozen. Don't judge me. It is what it is. The zucchini tasted fine. It didn't hurt it, so if that ever happens to you, just cook it. It'll be fine. I promise. It's just food. It's okay. I think we'll put a little bit of salt and pepper, olive oil, and roast that at 450. That won't take very long. Again, this 1 zucchini for vegetables is such a just ridiculous serving of vegetables. There's the lemon. Mise en place, people. Get everything in its place, and Murder Pants is back. That will be the time. Look, and again, you can make this meal and not have this food service. You can use dry thyme if you like. You don't have to use fresh thyme. But you can totally make this without having the meal kit. It probably wouldn't cost you as much as the meal kit. I'm just saying. You guys already kind of know how I feel, about HelloFresh. I think it's just way more expensive than it needs to be. If you don't mind paying for the convenience, knock yourself out, but I think Dinnerly is just as good at this point. So now I'm going to chop up the thyme because we need that for the pork. So we'll just choppy, 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 chop. Murder Pants is very interested. Now, his full name, for people that are not in the know, this is one of my foster fails from last season. His full name is Dr. Finkelstein Murder Pants III. You're welcome. We just call him Murder Pants because that's a really long name. This is real time, so, you know, is what it is. I did not speed up any part of this video at all, and I think it ends up being, we're under 30 minutes. I mean, for the outro and everything, I think it's like 29 minutes and 10 seconds, something like that. So this was a quick meal. Silence is deadly, people. All right, so I think I'm just kind of looking over, figuring out what we're doing. Look at that thing of vegetables. It's just ridiculous. You give me all those carbs and didn't give me any vegetables. It's really my big complaint with all of these dinner services is that they give you way too many carbs and they don't give you enough vegetables. There's my olive oil. Little drizzle, drizzle. Hello, Jack. Get away, Jack. Come on, guys. Bye. Y'all making mom mad. Let's go. You got to go too now because your brother's just started it. So there you go. Salt, pepper. We'll do a little smush around. You know, that's a culinary term, smush. And into the oven it goes. I think I'm trying to figure out how many pans they want. Usually they're pretty good. They only ask for like, you know, 1 or 2. So I'm kind of reading along to see, well, how do they want the sauce? Because I'm trying to get ahead of myself here. Apparently I'm looking at something like it's stupid. So sometimes I'll be honest with you, sometimes the instructions aren't always clear, and I'm a pretty good cook. Like I'm well educated in the verses of cooking. Let's just put it that way. I know a lot of the cooking terms, and you know I do it a lot. So sometimes even I find I have to look at this and go, "What did you just say? I don't understand." So hopefully you guys don't run into that. But if you do, it's okay. Just read it over a couple of times. And if you can't figure it out, fake it. It'll be fine. It's food. I think that's the honey, which was very hard. So I'm trying to, yeah, I did. I paused it because I was trying to get the honey going, I think. The pork cutlets were nice. I will give them that. They did give us a decent amount of meat. The pork cutlets were really nice, and the quality was very good. Again, is it normally worth $8.99? Probably not. But the quality was good. The pork cutlets were nice. I think there were like 4 of them, so that was plenty enough meat. Way too much juice. Let me get rid of that because that's just gross. Get rid of that. Okay. We're going to season up the meat. Salt and pepper as always. Kosher salt. I like it. It's more coarse, and it isn't as salty. That's just me. I'm not a big salt person. And you know I'm a pepper snob. I don't like pre-ground pepper. I like to grind my own. It tastes better. I promise you, try it. You'll agree with me. Sorry for the dings in the background. Somebody is obviously messaging me. Pretty sure I'm heating up the pan in the background because that's normally what I'll do is I'll get my cast iron skillet and I will preheat that. Don't ever put meat in a cold pan. It does 2 things. 1, it will stick, and 2, it doesn't brown. Brown food tastes good. It doesn't brown right. And it has a tendency to like steam in its own juices, which is gross. You don't want to do that, which will make your meat tough. FYI. All right, so we've moved over to the stove, and indeed, I am heating up my cast iron skillet. You can see the rice going over in the other pan. Doesn't take a whole lot of oil for this. I mean, my cast iron is pretty much non-stick, but I still put oil in there. Into pork cutlets go. These won't take long. They're not very thick. You know, I don't cook my pork to death. I will cook it to medium, and the carryover cooking while it's sitting will make it done pretty much all the way. So just know that, you know, you don't want your pork raw in the middle, but you also don't want it cooked well done. That makes a tough, dry piece of meat, and nobody likes that. So undercook it a little, okay? And then you're going to want to let it rest for at least 10 minutes, which is your what we call carryover cooking time, which means the heat that's still in the meat continues to cook it, but all the juices get distributed back into the meat. So do that, and I promise you will end up having nice, juicy pieces of pork. Pork is very easy to, you know, to dry out. So just people overcook it. Is really just like chicken. They cook those two things absolutely to death. They murder them in the pan. It's sacrilegious, really, because they're afraid. You know, don't be. I promise. Have it a little undercooked, but always let the meat rest. The carryover cooking time will take care of the remaining of it. And if you're scared, poke it with a thermometer before you cut it, and you will see that the temperature is where it needs to be. It works, I promise. Leave comments down below if you've tried that, and let me know how it works out for you. So we're just going to watch the meat cook. You guys know the rules. Don't touch your meat. Don't play with it. If you scoot it around in the pan, it's never going to get brown. Now, I will tell you something. This is also another little trick. If you try to move the meat in the pan and it sticks and won't come out, it's not ready to turn. Either you're cooking it way too high, or it's absolutely not ready to turn. It will release itself when it is brown enough on one side, and then you flip it over to the other and you let it brown on the other side, which will never take as long as the first side. That is just the rules. That's how it works. So again, don't mush around your food. Just leave it. You guys see, I don't touch that. You're just watching a pan with pork cooking, and no one's touching it. Leave it alone. Right? And it's only been a few minutes. Let's see, I moved the pan, but I'm not touching the meat. I'm probably talking to somebody. It's usually how it goes. I apologize. That's allergies, not the coronavirus. Yeah, that's how long this video has been, right? Yeah, we're already into the corona season. Got it. There's Pompeia. She's looking for me to drop something. You know my little fat girl's always in the kitchen with me. She's just waiting. Oh, Mom, have you dropped anything yet? Oh, she found something. Probably a nibble of kitten food. No doubt. I swear that girl will eat anything. She can find it. That pork's about ready to turn. I'm just looking at it in the pan. You see, if you look at it real close, you see how the juices are bubbling up to the top of it? That's a good indication that it's ready to turn as well. You should be able to see at the edges of the meat that it's brown underneath as well if you look at it. And here I come in perfect time. Watch. Look at that perfectly brown meat. Did you see that? That's how you get brown food. It's delicious. There you go. Ah, perfect. Okay, we're going to let that go now. Now, again, this side will not take near as long as the other side did because we've cooked it more than halfway through already. I probably have my heat at a medium-high at this point. On my stove, it happens to probably be about 5 to 6, but it's a medium-high heat. You don't want to cook it too slow. Then you just, again, you boil the meat, which is gross, you guys. Don't boil meat. I don't even boil my hot dogs, y'all. I fry my hot dogs because that makes them delicious. Probably getting the stuff for the gravy. No doubt that will come out of the pan, and then we will do the sauce in the pan with all the yummy brown bits because, you know, that's what you do. I may end up pausing this video again just because if the rice isn't done, you know, because it took 25 minutes to cook the rice. We'll see. I should be coming up to taking this out soon. Hello, Dean. He's just checking. Just checking. He's constantly going through the house, monitoring things. He's my special little man. I don't know. Maybe we should have had music through this part. Quiet videos are weird, right? Again, if you guys would prefer to not have me do a voiceover and you actually hear what goes on in my kitchen, you need to leave your comments down below. If you all ask me to do it, I will. But I'm just going to say I'm not going to be responsible for anything that happens if that's the way you guys want to see these videos, because, you know, yeah, my house is different. That's for sure. That is for sure. But like, seriously, if you guys would prefer not to have voiceovers, I'm happy to do it that way. It's just whatever content that you guys prefer to have, that's what I want to put out. So let me know. Leave your comments. You know, I love to get them. Hey, look, I'm back. Okay, so pork is done. We're good. That looks nice. I should be taking that out of the pan because that is so cooked enough. Woo, that was super hot. Almost burnt my eyelashes off. We're going to smush that zucchini around. We want that to get kind of brown and try to get a little bit crispy. There's a lot of water in zucchini, and that's why some people don't like it, because it ends up being a bit on the mushy side. So I think we're going to pull the pork. Yep, we're going to pull the pork because we need to. It's definitely done. We don't need to cook it any more than that. All right, we're going to turn the pan down a little bit because it's smoking, y'all, right now, and I don't want it smoking like that. And then we're going to go and probably get the sauce stuff that I had ready. Oh yeah. I think that's the honey. They want me to put the honey in first. That's weird. Okay, whatever. I'm doing what the instructions say. So I just pulled it off the heat. Cast iron really holds the heat. Oh no, this is lemon butter. This isn't honey butter. This isn't the honey one. This is the lemon one. So that was their butter compound. And a butter compound is just simply butter with a lot of herbs and like lemon juice and whatever. You can actually do that. You can take butter, soften it up a little bit, put it in a mixer, add whatever you want to it, you know, thyme, rosemary, garlic, a little bit of lemon juice, whatever, and then mix it up again, and then put it in some saran wrap and then put it in your refrigerator, and that is called a compound butter. It just means a butter that has a lot of stuff added to it. So that was their pre-made compound butter that they had me put in there, and then that was the mixture of water and chicken concentrate bouillon. So I'm probably going to turn this up because I do want this to cook down. We're going to reduce this sauce, and right now I'm just scraping all the brown yummy bits off the bottom because that actually makes your sauce tastes delicious. So do that. We're going to definitely reduce that down because there's no thickening agent that's going to go into this one at all. We're just going to reduce it down. And since the butter is already in it, that was the thickening agent. We didn't finish it with the butter. We started it with it. Did y'all know what a compound butter was? Leave comments down below. Did anybody know what that was? Or did I just learn you something new? Compound butters are great too. Like, you can do all kinds of things with compound butters. They're wonderful for steaks. Like, and a cast iron skillet is perfect for a steak. You know, get that thing going. You know, now I like mine medium rare. If you do it any more done than that, there's something wrong with you. But to finish it off, you could use a pat of compound butter to finish it off. It makes it steak delicious. You can use it on chicken, all kinds of things. All right, so obviously I have sectioned out the pork into servings, one for the prince and one for myself. Pompey waiting patiently. Pretty sure I didn't drop anything. God bless her heart. She waited. Oh, well, we may be finishing with some more butter. Maybe I only used half of it. I don't remember now. But I'm getting all my things over here. Mise en place, so that we have them ready. Probably the most important thing while you're cooking is making sure that you have everything ready before you start. Yeah, I promise it will make your life so much easier. And cooking will be easier and maybe even more joyful for you if you have all your things ready in advance. It's kind of like when I shop by menu. I don't just kind of go. So I make up a menu of the things that I want to be able to cook, and then I shop by that menu. That way, I always have whatever I need to make anything that is on that menu. You're welcome. Oh, there was sour cream in this. That's right. So we're going to reduce it down quite a bit, get it down to just about where we want it as far as thickness and reduction goes, and we'll finish it with the sour cream that wasn't buttered. We'll finish it with the sour cream. I think that zucchini is almost done. I think this was before I purchased my duck fat too. Oh, no, apparently it's ready. Duck fat is amazing, by the way. If you all have not tried duck fat, oh my God, you buy you a jar. No, it is not cheap. It is like $7 for like a mason-sized jar of it, but you don't need a whole lot, right? Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of lemon juice on this to finish it. And I'm pretty sure we're going to put a little bit of thyme over that as well. That zucchini looks pretty good. There's just not very much of it. That was the problem. But anyway, duck fat is amazing. And if you're doing any kind of keto style meals, it's a good way to get some extra fat. But oh my God, does it make your vegetables delish? You're welcome. I got mine at Wally World. Thanks for asking. They've actually got, you know, as bad as I hate Wally World, you guys know I do. I hate going into that place. They have a really, really, really good selection of fats and oils, to be honest with you. I guess everybody's getting bougie with their food. All right, so that looks like that's reduced down pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and finish it off, turn off my oven because, God, I forget to do that all the time. More often than not, I forget to turn off my oven. After I get done eating, I realize that I've left it on and then I have to go turn it off. Don't judge me. It is what it is. Okay, so sour cream, we're going to add some lemon juice. There we go. Mixy, mixy, mixy. And we'll let that go just a little tiny bit more. I prefer sauces that are a little bit thicker than au jus. Au jus is pretty loose. I like mine a little bit more consistency on it. We didn't go too far, though, because you don't want to boil this. Once you've put the sour cream in it, it would curdle it. So you don't want to do that. I have no idea what that was. Might have been a piece of, oh, it was a seed. That's what it was. I found a lemon seed. Yeah, found another one. Because I didn't strain the lemon over my hand, the seeds all went in there. You can absolutely do that, or you can get a strainer out and then squeeze the lemon juice over a strainer if you don't want to have to pick out the lemon seeds. All right, the rice is done. We're going to add the rest of the compound butter to the rice. Maybe, if we can get it out of there. There we go. Yeah, we're going to scoop the rest of that out. Yeah, we'll just put it in the sauce. It'll be fine. Okay. Stir that around with the rice. And then we'll start assembling the plates here in just a minute. All right, that sauce is looking good. I think we're about ready to go. Yeah, that's about where I want it. We reduced that by more than half. That looks good. We're done. Okay, time to assemble. See how this goes, and when you get everything right, here's the big thing about cooking, is learning the timing, how to get everything done when it's all still warm. So you kind of see how I did this. This will show you the timing on those types of things, that everything kind of sort of comes out at the same time or as needed, to where nothing is just sitting there and getting cold, waiting for something else to get done. That's probably one of the biggest challenges that most people have with cooking, is it's a timing thing. So this meal kit type thing would be a very good teacher for people to learn how to do those things. Doesn't matter what meal kit, generally does the same thing, but it actually will help you learn new techniques, new foods, and timing. So, you know, if you just don't know what you're doing in the kitchen and you want to know how, this would be a really good option for you to learn how without actually having to take cooking classes. There you go, something else new. So we're just dribbling over the sauce. And there we go. Dinner is just about served. I think I show you the plates. I'm not sure. Do I show you the plates? I mean, you can see it there, but look, Pompey, God bless her. She's like, Mom, please drop something. Oh, I washed my pan out real quick. Okay, hang on. Guys, let me raise you up here and then back down just a little. All right, so we are at 26 minutes. That was full time. I really didn't stop anything. I think I only paused for a couple of minutes, and that's because we just had some absolute dead time. So this is the lemon thyme pork cutlets with zucchini and herb buttered rice. So, like we said, let's see. Here's their picture, okay? Here is my picture. My sauce is darker than theirs, but that's okay. Still looks pretty good. I will come back here shortly and I will let you know what the Prince and I thought about meal number 2 of week 1 with HelloFresh versus Dinnerly, a battle to the death. Okay, in review for dinner number 2. Thought it was good. The Prince liked it just fine. Nothing wrong with the recipe at all. I just asked him his opinion on whether or not it's better than what we've been getting. His words were, he likes the recipes better. Like, I guess, the options of what we get. And he feels like that the meat portion is bigger than what we've been getting with Dinnerly. So like he liked the pork chops with the, you know, lemon and thyme sauce that's on that. You know, he said, you know, rice, meat, and vegetables is rice, meat, and vegetables. This one seems to be a little better than maybe some of the stuff that we had been getting. And it seems like the meat portions are a bit bigger. So that's something to consider. Again, we're just in meal 2. Again, I don't expect to get anything that tastes bad. You know, they all seem to be kind of about the same. These recipes do seem to be, I hate to use the word better, because they're not like the other recipes are good, but so far, these recipes tend to cook a little more like I used to cook when I would grocery shop. The types of things that we would do. There's not a whole lot of casseroles that I saw, anything like that. A lot of them tend to be meat, vegetable, generally some kind of starch. I'm still going to complain the vegetable portion was ridiculously small and stupid. 1 zucchini for 2 people, and it was a small zucchini. It was this big. That is not a serving of vegetables, people. You know, if you're gonna give a serving, even the USDA says that's not a serving of vegetables. That irritates me. Like, I would rather them cut down on the carbs and give me more vegetables. Right? Less carbs would be good, and more vegetable would be even better. So that's my complaint, but that's the complaint that I had with all of them so far, meaning that we've only used 2. But so far, we're liking it. I still don't know whether or not that I think that that's worth double the cost. We'll see. It's just week 1. All right, so that is going to end the cook in the review of dinner number 2 of box number 1. So you guys know the rules. Stay safe, stay clean, and have a perfect day. Bye.